So and on that note, these like insecurities, oftentimes it's parents. It starts with parents. Okay. So and it can happen in two ways. Like in one way, like I have a dear friend, like a family friend, who's I pray he's doing better now. He's, he had like a psychotic break of sorts, and if I was in his shoes, I also would have a psychotic break. Are you kidding me? Yes, I would be so in a sense, I can only have given him what I could have given him, because I cannot pour from an empty cup. Because I felt threatened when he called me last time, because he was in such a state that I was like, I don't know if I can be in the same area as you. I don't know if I, tried to talk to him on the phone. So, and then he ended up kind of going to like a CPAP thing. But I'm so envious of this dude, because for me, when I made moves in life, when I like left my nest, my parents' house, when I they guided me to college. So I did a year there. Then I had to do other stuff for a bit. So, and all the moves I made in life were either my parents told me to go somewhere and I tried it out. Then with a girl, I moved to Montana with my girlfriend at the time. That was cool. Had a puppy. So that was one move. And then, that was one of the most revolutionary experiences in my life. It saved my life. It made me who I am. And I mean, also just Bozeman is so beautiful on its own that wow, I'm like, if I ever retire, that is the most, people say check out Colorado too. I'm like, okay, I will later. I gotta get my shit together before I go anywhere else. So, but part of it is going places, leaving the nest. Every time you leave somewhere, let's say living in an apartment by yourself, living in an apartment with someone else, living in an apartment with a girl or a dog and no dog, living in an apartment with a collective of people, living in a house with a collective of people. These are all different arrangements of the moving into this and moving out of this. All is an experience you will carry with you forever. Okay, it will make you a different person. Okay, so when someone has never left their parents' house, and let's say that they're maybe 20 years old, something like this, so they could go to college, but instead they choose to just move to another city, possibly following somebody they're in love with. Okay. If you're just leaning on love, and if obviously it's really difficult if you have maybe some kind of substance issues, I recommend NAAA, because what you will learn there, you don't even have to do the step work. One thing they will tell you is, if you have substance issues, all you gotta do is look in the mirror. You know who you are. You know what you got. You know what state you're in. Just look in the mirror, you'll understand. So, and if you feel this is you, that you fit this role that I'm talking about, try NAAA. If you're too lazy to go there, I'll share this information with you, okay? I'll share this little bit of information. Avoid relationships for the first year, okay? No intimate relationships for the first year while chasing sobriety. Sobriety is your new girlfriend, boyfriend, your new intimate desire chase. So that, I had to learn this, and I had to understand this, and I'm so grateful that I heard that it was in my head, and that I actually followed through with this, because I knew that it was because when I had an accident one time, I was in a relationship at the time, and I was and I just knew, there's no way out of the relationship. There's no way I'm gonna get through this relationship. Not that the relationship was toxic in its nature. Was that there? I don't know. We only have so much energy and stuff like this, and the nature of relationships is ebb and flow, give and take, daca branca, right? So you got this kind of thing. So you're going to be sharing energies, and if you have any expectation, it happens with friendships even. You don't even have to be getting intimate to have this kind of effect, or to have it affect you and hurt you in a way. Is that, let's say you have a friendship, let's say you loan somebody a car. You're not sleeping with them. You're not sleeping with them at all, okay? You loan somebody a car, and then you need it suddenly. You need it a week later, you get it back, and the car is broken. And you're like, fuck. And you're like, yo, what happened? They're like, I don't know. You're like, fuck, I trusted you. But you're like, I don't know. Shit. And then what? Then you're like, fuck. You're gonna be, if you're in a recovery point, that will cause issues. You know, that will not be good. You know, if you're in a recovery state at that point, that might be a problem. You know, that might cause drama. So eliminating all kinds of dramatic things. And look, because the one thing that is in NAAA that I do not agree with, in a way, they say isolation is dangerous. They say do not isolate. You know, isolation for the addict is like death, right? That's only if in active addiction. So if you are in active addiction, I suggest finding social settings. Yes, it might seem weird, you know, that and people will kick you out. They'll be like, why is he falling asleep, throwing up everywhere, right? But then you'll be able to be like, whoa, maybe I gotta get my act together. Maybe you'll hear them, their compassion towards you, you know? So, but because if you're isolating, and even if you're drinking alone, you might just not wake up one day, you know? So, you know, and misery breeds company. So don't get me wrong, is that that's not a good thing too, is that if you're seeking sobriety, being in a social environment, I'm not talking about party with people and do things together with them. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? That is not you have to understand that what I'm saying is, has nothing to do with the social aspect and the substances. It's actually about art, being an artist, okay? Being an artist and isolation. What are these things for an artist? Spirituality, sacred space. A sacred space is a space where you are alone, by yourself. Nature is not, nature has an energy. So once you're in nature, you're alone enough, but no, there's tons of spirits around you. So you're being influenced hardcore. You're being influenced. Sometimes not like so much hijacked, but you're being things are leaving, things are coming and going out of you, into you. I hope you know that. So find a cave. Why do you think they went to caves? Why do you think the monks went to the caves? Why? What, just for fun? You think they did that for fun for thousands of years, and then where their spine was like visible like this, where you couldn't see their stomachs? So they tried to show you that spirit is real. Have you learned nothing? Have you learned nothing at all? Have you study anything at all? No. You know, I mean, I don't know everything. I love studying. I love studying so much, not to show off what I know. I just love learning so I'm not stupid. I love being not stupid. I love being smarter, you know? People think that smartness is like the way that you hold a pen or something, or the way that you, like something like that. The way, something stupid like that. That's not smart. It's stupid. Who cares how you hold a pen? You don't. It's what you're writing that matters. If you could use your fucking boogers, write with boogers. I don't care. The message is the important thing. And such is art. So so that's why sobriety is important. Why is sobriety important? Why is detox important? Because whether or not you're gonna be sober for the rest of your life, whether or not you're gonna casually use something or whatever, because you're an adult. If you are an adult listening, watching this, right? You're an adult. You can you're legally allowed to go to bars, right? So even after your treatment, even after detox, let's say you want to go dabble. Tread lightly, okay, tread lightly. But once you re-meet yourself, once you decompress and chill, you detox, maybe get a month or two in rehab, inpatient, like something, whatever. You relearn, you re-meet yourself. You re-meet what it means to be fed, what it means to sleep, what it means to love yourself, and who friends are, and how to not be used, how to not use others, right? Once you get through this, you'll be so much happier. Then you won't be afraid of being alone. Misery won't breed any more company for you, because you won't be miserable, right? Then you'll be able to sit at home in your sacred space and make art without people bothering you, without people poking you while you're playing with fire. You follow? Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. So this is I think what they say with NAAA is that you can only keep it by giving it away, and that's what it is. You know, so maybe that's what maybe that's my calling now, is doing videos and stuff, specifically regarding sobriety and things like this, because I have control of myself because of endeavors and love that I found, you know? I think when you because life is so mysterious, and there's so much deception, that true love is so interesting. It's ever encompassing. It's so large that everybody fits in the pieces, and it just makes you want to bring everybody closer together, so that way you could find clarity, or just not clarity, but that nobody's left out, basically. And fake love. What is fake love? Is that it's controlling. It wants to let's say somebody moves in and they're like, I don't want you to be friends with your friends anymore, or I don't. They try controlling you, trying to change you. That's not love. That's manipulation. That's I don't even know what that is. That's just total insecurity bullshit. That person, let alone love, they're stuck in maybe yellow energy, like they're like red yellow, like maybe their survival is okay, but the root chakra is like, no, like maybe their root is planted in the wrong place. That's the thing. So they're, as they're going into the solar plexus, they're going through all the other stuff, like their relationship with people is skewed. How can they ever reach the heart? How can they ever have a voice, let alone have dreams, or you know, communicate with spirits? How is that going to be possible if they're stuck in the stomach like that? Starts with spring water. Everything starts with spring water. If you wanna get to know yourself, if you wanna get to know the world, if you wanna get to know, I guess, yeah, like this most. Because like it's not about, like, you could quit drinking, but what do you got to replace it with something always. I'm not like a not a drug, but you replace it. Wait, sorry, the windows. You replace it with water, but you got to know where the water comes from. You got to go get it. So, because I'm telling you, the water that you're getting in bottles and stuff, like, whether or not there's plastic in it and that's tap, whatever, there's a lot of energy in how the water got to you. The person driving the truck, the person bottling it, or the machine, like the people in the factory. Who knows who those people are and what they're thinking? All that energy is coming to you. So maybe that's how the world keeps spinning. It's as long as people keep handing off random water with energies in it, people will keep ascending or falling or whatever, you know. Who knows? All these things are bizarre ideas that will make cool movies, so maybe that's what I'll do one day. But on that note, peace.